What's poppin', Cougs? Welcome back to another episode of Coug on the Clock. Happy Thanksgiving. Here with me are two of our WSN, I'll say, WSN reporters, analysts, whatever the title is. We have people here from WSN here. I'll start with Sam. Why don't you introduce yourself?
Hey everyone, I'm Sam Taylor, producer of Pilgrim's Court and Wazzu Sports Network member at large.
Perfect. All right, and then down there with the hat.
Yeah, this is Emmitt Bryz-Gornia, or BG. I am actually the third assistant producer of Coug on the Clock.
Yes.
You have to see me because I don't do much as an assistant producer for Coug on the Clock. Let's be honest, but I do some stuff, and most of the stuff.
Social media wizard.
The social media wizard, sure,
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm glad to be on the show. I'm actually glad to sit down with Alexander Huddleston. This is our first show together, and then the GOAT, that is Sam Taylor. He's the sports editor for the Daily Evergreen. He's my other boss, so it's I'm a lucky Pierre in this situation, which is awesome.
All right.
Well, BG, it's a pleasure to be with you. Pleasure to be with you, Alex.
Yeah, of course. I'm excited. This will be fun. Long time since we've done a Zoom episode. Since last year, we did a Zoom episode. I think for spring break, we did like just a fun. It was a Zoom episode. So this is the first time this year we're doing one. So today we're talking about WSU football. We're talking about NFL football. Then we're getting to a little bit of a Thanksgiving topic, and then we'll get you guys out of here. So yeah, let's get to the show. All right, well, first topic is WSU football. How we feel, guys, after the win on Saturday against Arizona? How we feeling?
Go Cougs. Yeah, it was indeed personal.
Personal. That's right. No, it was definitely a win for I won't say like America. It was a win for like the state of Washington, like Pullman. That was a Pullman victory. That wasn't a WSU football. That was a Pullman victory for sure.
Going into the game, Jayden de Laura had 4 interceptions for the whole season, and then coming out of it, he now has 8. So he's doubled it just in that game alone.
That's right.
So,
yeah. And as our friends as our friends at Barstool noted, he threw his 29th career touchdown to a WSU player. So that was pretty awesome. Maybe he can get number 30 next year. I'm excited.
Hopefully, maybe. Those 4 interceptions that BG was talking about two of them came from Sam Lockett, the third. Sam Lockett 3, sorry, I like to say it like that. Derek Langford and Armani Marsh, who got that pick in the Apple Cup last year. Defense was definitely present. We had 2 sacks on de Laura. We all know how I feel about de Laura. How do we feel? How do you guys feel about de Laura?
I mean, I'll respect him for his time at WSU and for winning the first Apple Cup in almost a decade. I respect him, but any respect I had for him kind of just got washed away when he transferred, and in the manner that he transferred, insulting our weather. No one loves the snow, but you don't have to curse it on your story all the time. And then the way he exited in the bowl game, that was just without all honor, any sort of honor. He's tainted his legacy for sure. Planting the flag, he may have planted the WSU flag on the Washington logo, but he tore it right out of every Cougar fan's hearts with his behavior this past year.
If he has any goal to go pro, he's not going pro. Just with that attitude. And that press conference that we talked about in the last episode, after his last victory, the just watch, it's personal, just watch. And he was glaring at the camera as if it was like, have you ever seen that scene in episode 3 of Star Wars where Anakin is on the banks of the lava river? He's glaring at Obi-Wan. That's what it looked like to me. It was weird. BG, what do you got to say about de Laura? Respectable guy. I want to see.
Yeah, I mean, I had the honor of knowing him personally, so I can't say much. I as a person, he's a nice guy. He has a good heart. He has difficulty dealing with situations. I view him more of as a person and less of a leader. He's still a kid, and he's still trying to enjoy college and try to make it all out. If you just think of like leadership wise with the whole Rolovich thing, that did not help. Turmoil with, it wasn't just Rolovich, it was a lot of the coaching staff were divided last year. And with that, there were he had to be the leader on that team and he wasn't ready. And so I don't have what?
I don't think he's a leader. He's not a natural leader at all.
No. I'm not going to say any ill will on him. I'll just say that Tucson is a humbling environment. I have family that live down there in Tucson. Good luck. Go to the German castle. That is all I'll say. That is a good time. If you need anything, he'll learn. And I mean, people talk about the desert, but it's very similar to Pullman in the fact that it gets cold in the wintertime and he'll experience the snow. And I really think that he's an environment that's best for him. It's a team that is in a rebuild mode and is just trying to find an identity, both on the coaching staff and team as a whole. So, I don't have anything. The only thing I will say, I'm going to move towards defense with that game because, as the stat line said, it is the first time, because this defense is awesome. It's the first time since 2013 that the WSU defense has had two pick sixes in a season, which is just remarkable. Just being known as the, air raid offense and, what we can do on the offensive side of the ball, having a defense that can back that up, building this house foundation for years to come to be, a more rounded team. That's what I really want to be looking forward to, not with the Delora ghosts in the dark kind of thing.
Gotcha. For sure. Well, okay. Well, going into like that, let's just talk about the defense. I think honestly, the defense is in my opinion, the best defense in the Pac-12. I think the games that we lost where we blown out, it was because of the offense. It was because the offense gave the other team great field position, and the defense could only do as much as they can. The defense held their ground in so many of our losses, and they looked fantastic. They looked great. The one thing I think on the Coug football team that stands clear. So going into the Apple Cup, I think it's very winnable. I think our defense has proven time and time again that they could stop a strong offense. So I'm excited. Who do we have winning the Apple Cup, guys?
I have WSU winning the Apple Cup. Just because, and this is what they'll need to do if to win. Is what we saw kind of was an explosion of defensive success. Like everything, as BG was talking about, everything that Jake Dicker's been trying to build on the Palouse was on full display on Saturday. Takeaways. I mean, they were a capital last season. They had lots of takeaways, and this season they've kind of been not few and far between, but there have been significantly less takeaways. And those kind of come with time. Like, obviously, we saw the 4 fumbles recoveries against, was it Arizona State or Stanford?
Stanford, I believe.
Yeah, against Stanford. Against Stanford, they had 4 fumble recoveries, and that was huge. This game, 4 interceptions. If we look at, the previous games, they haven't had they had Francisco's amazing pick 6 in the Oregon game. They've had a couple other huge interceptions, but what we've been seeing is kind of a crescendo to the Cougs capitalizing on takeaways and making that done and getting that done. And they'll need to do that against one of the best passers in all of college football this year, Michael Penix Jr. He's not going to be easy on these Cougs, and the Cougs can't be easy on him. So it's going to be a rough kind of strength versus strength matchup, and the WCS just has to hope that their strength is better and prepare that to ensure that their strength is the superior strength.
Yeah, and about that, Sam, I totally agree with you. If we go look at Vegas, they're putting Cougs at +2, which is saying something for who this Washington team. I think the rankings just came out for the AP. It's what, they're 15th, 13th, something like that.
I will fact check. Keep going.
Yeah. I mean, only getting +2. I know we are home, but that just shows that the odds makers in Vegas, they like this WSU team. I think that we've had a lot of winnable games where if it just went our way, it easily we could have had the same record as what UW is sitting at right now. I mean, their strength of schedule has been laughable at best. When it comes to the Huskies, you're talking about Penix Jr. Getting into this environment. They're in rebuild mode too. It's kind of a new establishment up in Seattle. So yeah, I really think that all signs are it's the Cougs game to lose. It's not for the Huskies to win. Will the Cougs lose? That's the question coming into this game. As a WSU supporter, I really think that we can capitalize on some turnovers and get an interception or two on Penix. I know that there's so high praise on the quarterback in Seattle, but I really think that this defense, with they're men. The men, they are like full of meat, like grade A cattle on that defense. It's just sheer strength. You're not dealing with boys. These are men on the WSU defensive side. And I really don't know if these dogs can handle all this cougar. You know what I'm saying?
I pick up what you put down, BG.
Boingo.
Boingo. Clear earlier, UW is now ranked 12th in the top 25.
And the Cougs are only +2 at home. I'm telling you, where the money is speaking, I think where the money is, the money's on the Cougs, basically. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yes. I think at home being in Pullman for the Apple Cup, for the first Apple Cup hosted in Pullman that people can go to in 2-3 years. I think
4 years. Not just the first one Apple Cup people can go to, the first Apple Cup in Pullman, period, in 4 years. Because 2020 was canceled.
That's right. Okay, so people are going to show up. The team's going to show up and show out. I'm excited. It should be a great game. Hope to see a lot of you guys there. I know the game is sold out. We've seen sold out games before this season, not sold out, but hope to see the stands full. And we'll see you guys on the sidelines. It'll be really cool.
What's the weather like, Alex? Do you think that's going to have an effect?
Okay, well, I'm looking this up. You have to entertain the viewers.
Okay, yeah. Sam, I know that, what was it, the 2018 Apple Cup where it was snowing with Minshew with this air raid and we couldn't get anything going. We couldn't get the ball moving. I'm seeing something very similar in Seattle where they have their run and they're also pass. So whether the weather permitting, I think that it's going to have a huge impact in this Apple Cup.
Certainly, yeah. It's kind of a reversal of narratives from 2018, where in 2018 it was WSU, as you said, with the air raid, Gardner Minshew taking the world by storm, and Washington with all their stout defensive playmakers, many of which would go on to the NFL, and we see them in the NFL today having a lot of success. Now, we're the ones with the stout defense. Dan Henley's likely bound for the NFL. We have a couple other players that. Yeah, incredible. Like potentially first round talent. And this will be kind of a chance for Henley and his fellow defenders to kind of put on a show. And on the other side of the ball, Cam Ward will need to be, he's been playing really well, like minimizing the number of turnovers. He used to throw a lot of interceptions, and now the last few games he has not been throwing near as many interceptions. And the return of Nakia Watson has allowed kind of that offense to breathe a little bit. And I think Nakia's going to have a lot of success. Cam's going to have a lot of success. And I'm so excited for this Apple Cup. But what's the weather going to be like, Alex?
The weather, it says next 10 days, it's going to be partly cloudy, be raining Tuesday, raining Friday, on Saturday for the Apple Cup. High of 42. So we're not freezing. Low 33, partly cloudy. Still no snow. I'm annoyed with that. So I'm here in the cold in Pullman for the next week, and there's not going to be any snow for me to hang out in.
Dang.
So whatever. But yeah, It'll be a cold game, a little nippy, but we should be all right.
Well, I'm thankful for that because if you looked at that game yesterday, or no, Saturday, I don't know when this is coming out, but Nakia Watson had trouble maintaining possession of the ball. There was a lot of bobbles when there was a possession from Cam Ward, like transfer of the rock. And so it's a little bit comforting to know that there will be no snow, knock on wood, that and maybe turnovers on the Coug side might be minimal. That would be comforting.
Sure. All right. Well, I think we covered all the bases on WSU football. Let's go to NFL real quick. Because today there are 3 games for Thanksgiving. Starting out in the morning, you have the Bills and Lions. Normally, I feel like this is a clear-cut winner. You'd think it's the Bills, but I don't know. I don't think it'll be. I still think the Bills are going to win, but the Lions, I think, will put up a fight.
It's the Thanksgiving game, though. It's the Thanksgiving game. The Lions usually show up on the Thanksgiving game. That's the one game that they kind of give a crap.
Yes, true, very true. So, kind of, what do you think the score prediction is going to be, PG, for Lions and Bills?
Well, I think that with the whole, that's the other thing is the Bills, they are in Detroit right now. So Bills Mafia, with the whole snowstorm that's been going on, they're camping out. They showed out to the Sunday game when they were going up against Cleveland. So I'm not saying that it's a home game, but, if you're Detroit, earlier this week, they had a circus in Ford, and they were having a hard time getting the circus out, and there was clowns going rogue in the stadium. The Bills, oh yeah, go look it up on Twitter. There was a rogue circus inside Ford Stadium, and there were clowns laying on havoc, and they couldn't get the Ferris wheel out of the stadium. And so they've just had this. The Bills have had this goofball time, but they showed up. They worked with it. I don't know if the Lions can. This is a young team. They're still trying to establish themselves.
This is a very young team, yeah.
Yeah, will this clown show have an effect on their mental state with the way that they acted today? I don't know, but I'm gonna pick Bills. I think the Mafia is gonna show up and show out and let it be roaring up in there. No pun intended. Score prediction, I'm not gonna be naive, but I think that the Bills are gonna cover the spread. I think that it's gonna be well done. The steak will be well done if I was a poacher on the Serengeti. So let's do 28-17. Bills.
Right.
What about you, Sam? What do you think, buddy?
I largely agree. The Bills have just been on a roll this season. They're Super Bowl favorites. Josh Allen's been earning his contract and then some, and it's just been exciting to see Bills Mafia have this much success. Given their franchise history, losing 4 straight Super Bowls and all that, there's a lot of, just pent up rage. It kind of reminds me of the Mariners fandom. Honestly, that's like a devoted fan base up there in Buffalo that, they've had their glory periods, and this is a chance for them. This season is a chance for them to really, do something about it and turn a lot of heads. And Detroit, you said it, they're young. They haven't had that much success. They were in a shootout with the early season Seahawks where they kind of held their own, but that was against a Seahawks defense that kind of hadn't found themselves yet, and whereas now they have. But I don't know. I see Buffalo winning 34-20. I think might be a competitive first half, but I think Bills run away with it in the end.
Okay, cool.
Alex, do you agree with me on this? If you're a Bills Mafia fan, Detroit is a vacation. It's like Palm Spring heaven.
Detroit's anything like Palm Springs, PG.
But if you had to go someplace else and the Bills had to play in a different stadium, like Toronto played in like their minor league team last year. Yeah. Don't you think that, if you're from Buffalo to Detroit, Detroit's a vacation spot?
No. People leave Detroit to go on vacation.
I mean, if you're into cars, it might be a cool day trip, but I don't know about vacation.
I don't think it's much of a vacation spot.
Coming from Sacktown. That's saying something.
He's Sacramento.
916.
All right. Due to Zoom only allowing us to record for 40 minutes or be in a meeting for 40 minutes, we are now restarting. And obviously, we've had a new character join. There he is. All right. So our next game after the Bills and Lions, moving on, is the Giants and the Cowboys at 1:30. I think this is a good game. I mean, the Cowboys today, they dragged the Vikings through the dirt today. It was awesome. Loved it. Love to see it. And the Giants, I mean, they've kind of proven that they're a good team too. So I think what? Okay, BG clearly disagrees. What are we thinking, BG?
The Lions pummeled the Giants. The Lions pummeled the Giants in New Jersey. Oh my Jiminy Christmas. This is no, it's not going to be a good game. It's going to be a travesty. It'll be really, really rotten stench of a dead carcass that is a giant. Ugh. I will not be watching that game on Thanksgiving. I would rather freaking have a turkey explode and cry my eyes out than watch that game. No siree, Bob. I don't know what the freaking NFL was thinking. I get it that they're, the calling cards or that's America's team and whatnot, but that, no.
So what I hear is you have Cowboys winning.
Oh, who knows? I think it'll be the South Dakota State Iowa game where it ends 7-5, where we'll have like a couple of safeties and a couple of missed field goals, and I'll just have to have sniffing salts to resurrect me from just the horrendous witness of. I won't even watch the game. No, I won't. I will mute the notification CBS Sports gives me like updates. I'll mute it. It's horrible, horrendous.
Well, BG, if it's that horrible, that sounds like an all-time greatly horrible football game that I would want to watch. And honestly, that's what the NFL does if they're division their division matchups. And the reason we have divisions is that, bad teams playing each other can produce some really great games. And now these aren't like bad teams. There's a lot worse teams. What's up?
I don't think the Cowboys and Giants are bad teams.
No, they're not. No, they're actually like obviously playoff contenders. Either could win their division, either could go on a Super Bowl run this year. But the fact that they've, as you pointed out, that GG, that the Giants stumbled across the Lions and just were ill prepared. That's certainly cause for concern. The Cowboys, running over the Vikings, which are, largely contested. The Vikings are leading their division, could be a Super Bowl contender. What I love about the NFL this year is there is no like single dominant team. No one has any idea who could go all the way, especially in the NFC, where you had the Eagles lose their first game of the season to the Commanders. The Vikings lose to the Cowboys, as we just saw. It just get totally dominated.
Yeah, so the NFC is wild. I mean, the Cowboys, Lions, Eagles. Yeah, no, it's madness over there.
So I'm looking forward to this Thanksgiving game. I think it's going to be really good. And regardless, it's a tradition, obviously, the Dallas to host a Thanksgiving Day game, just like Detroit hosts a Thanksgiving Day game. So, I mean, I'll be probably honestly somewhere in our great state of Washington, traveling back to Pullman. So I won't necessarily be watching football, but if you're around sitting, if you're an uncle you don't want to talk to, turn on this game. That'll shut them up, and you'll be able to enjoy some awesome American football. Let's go. And honestly, I think the Cowboys will get this 26-21. Sounds kind of fun.
I got the Cowboys. So BG,
I'll take the uncle.
Sounds good. All right. Into the last game. I don't think this is a good game either. This is the Patriots and Vikings.
I'll watch that.
You'll watch that?
Oh, heck yeah.
On paper, should be a blowout. The Vikings, not minus today after being dragged. The Vikings should blow out the Patriots. The Patriots have looked horrible this whole season. Not the team that we saw last season, where Mac Jones took in the playoffs. This is the Vikings game to lose.
Yeah, it's like walking onto Greek Row, and then you find a back alley where two like feral cats found each other, and they're fighting over a piece of just like a half-eaten Tin Tans burrito. Like who's gonna get it? I concur that it's not great, but it's better than the travesty that'll happen in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. I'll just say this before I say anything more and I offend a whole cluster of people of, geographical location. I'm picking New England to squeak their cheeks out on this one.
What?
Yeah. What?
You have the Patriots winning this game?
Yup, I do. Because I really think the Vikings are overrated, to be honest. Old middle-aged State Farm Kirk Cousins and his chains can just stay on the airplane and play dress up there. I have faith in Bill Belichick and good old Gillette Stadium, as Carrington likes to call it. So I think that, it's Thanksgiving, and there's not much to enjoy about the whole New England area. And I think that the Patriots are going to give them something this Thanksgiving week.
All right. Sam, what do you got for the Patriots and Vikings? So far, it's a split decision.
We're returning to the mecca of Thanksgiving on Thanksgiving night. This is, where it all went down, for better or worse, largely worse. This is where this great kind of mid-American tradition began. And so the Patriots will seek to honor that with a football game that probably should be pretty entertaining. The Vikings are riding high in the NFC. They just got humbled majorly. And Belichick's boys, Belichick loves to play football in January. And right now it's looking like they might not get that chance. So winning this game is a must if Bill Belichick wants to do what he's done for over 2 decades.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think and you look at the Patriots schedule, they've got, obviously the AFC East has kind of been crazy. They've obviously, the Dolphins looked promising with Mike McDaniels and kind of destroyed the Patriots early on. The Patriots have won 2 very close games against the Jets. Today's game was just interesting, 10-7 final. You don't see that very often. And that was largely, you could say that's just the Jets being the Jets and their mistakes losing them that game. But yeah. I don't know. It's tough to say because the Vikings, trending down just after one loss. You don't want to overreact to any one game. But I think the Patriots will win this one. That might sound idiotic after the fact, but I think the Patriots win. I'm sorry. I think the Patriots win. I think they win another crazy scoring game. Let's say 17-14. It's going to be weird Thanksgiving night in Gillette.
I think the one thing that we're not talking about here is that same snowstorm that Buffalo had to move to Detroit. That's going to be in the area. It's not Buffalo and Boston are not that far away from each other. Alexander Huddleston, you can fact check me, but it's like what, a 5-6 hour drive away from BA to Buffalo. Yeah, I don't know, but
I have no clue.
It's not going to be pretty. I'll tell you that. I think the passing game for Kirk Cousins is not going to be effective. And Mac Jones, God bless him. Good luck. Maybe they'll get some running in. But yeah, I agree with Sam. They're going to squeak one out, and it's going to be a low-scoring game like it was today in in Gillette, So we'll see what happens though.
Okay.
So, anything could happen with the weather, but Boston's supposed to be like a mild 45 degrees Fahrenheit on Thanksgiving. High of 45, low of 38. It was a good thought with the weather. I mean, it could definitely affect it. Like anything can happen. It'd be kind of crazy, but yeah.
So y'all got Patriots. I'll stick with the Vikings, I guess. For sure.
That's fair. Yeah.
So last topic. What is your plan for Thanksgiving break? I guess what's going on with you, BG?
Well, not tomorrow, but the next day I'm going to do some geoduck surveying, some sediment samples in our lower South Puget Sound area. So I'll be doing some work in that, and then I'll probably just putz around, just try to get some annotated bibliographies done for some kelp research that I've been doing as of late. And then, maybe crack out some homework and watch some football, but definitely not the Dallas-Fort Worth area football game. I'm staying clear away from that. Maybe
your loss, BG.
My loss. I feel like $1 million. I feel as rich as Jerry Jones, not witnessing that travesty. But and maybe crank out a couple of Daily Evergreen articles for our man Sam Taylor down below.
Gotcha.
Your pleasure.
Any plans for you?
So I am in my childhood home here in lovely Lacey, Washington. It's a pleasure. I know it looks like Murrow, but love digital technology for that. And then just hanging out with family, seeing some family. It's been a lot of fun. Probably I'll catch up on some homework. Keep my eyes on WSU athletics. Women's basketball is in Hawaii. Men's basketball placing Eastern in Spokane on Monday, or on Monday they did. And volleyball. If so, I don't know. I mean, if anyone's in Pullman, you including you, Alex, definitely head down to Bowler. It's going to be some good volleyball. On Tuesday against UCLA, then the Apple Cup on Friday. So. And then on Thanksgiving itself, I'll head back across the state to be in Pullman in plenty of time for Friday's men's basketball game, Friday's volleyball game, the Apple Cup, the football Apple Cup itself, and ready to join the best of the West in the Cougar marching band and put on a good show. So I'm hyped. It's going to be good. It's just a pretty chill Thanksgiving break, and it's going to end hopefully with a lot of smiles for across Coug Nation.
For real, yeah, for real.
What about you, Alex? What's up?
I'm just hanging out in Pullman. I have a job shot at a Fox station in Beaverton for the next few days. And I'm just here. And then just hanging out. Waiting for the stuff to show up.
Are you going to Beaverton?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty exciting.
That's where the Fox station. I'm doing a job shot at a Fox station down in Beaverton from Monday to Wednesday. I'll be in Beaverton, so I'm excited. It'll be fun.
Nice.
Oh, if you can, go check out the coast. Lovely, lovely Oregon coast. I know it's on the I-5 corridor, but highly recommend.
Isn't Beaverton closer to like the east side of Oregon? Isn't that where Portland is? Where's Portland?
Portland is in the northwest part of Oregon, as is Beaverton.
Where do I think we're going? I don't know where we're going. All right.
Are you going to Bend?
No, it's Beaverton.
Oh, it's Beaverton. Okay.
I thought that was closer to the east side. I didn't know that.
Yeah, you're in the Portland metro area. That'll be fun.
I was thinking Corvallis. Never mind.
Lastly, out of tradition, we always do birthdays. So these people share a birthday with the All-American holiday Thanksgiving. First off, happy birthday to LiAngelo Ball. Basketball. We've talked about him on the show before. Basketball player. He played at UCLA for 2 weeks before being arrested for shoplifting, and then now he finally made it to the NBA. Who else? We have happy birthday to Zachary Taylor, former U.S. president. I feel like BG, do you have any? I feel like you have some facts about Zach Taylor. No? All right.
Not gonna say anything.
Oh. Alrighty. And then Colin Hanks. Happy birthday to Colin Hanks, the son of Tom Hanks. Yeah, he's in what was it? I can't remember what show it was. He was also in Jumanji. That helps. Something, yeah. But yeah, that's the show. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. We had a lot of great conversations here. It was really fun filming with you guys. We'll have to do one in the studio when you guys get back. Make sure you go follow all of our social media pages on Instagram at Wazzu Sports Network, on Twitter at Wazzu Sports Net, and then go to YouTube and find Cable Lead on YouTube. Watch all the great content coming out on the daily, including other Coug on the Clock episodes that you haven't caught up on yet. And then yeah, check out the merch store as well. We've had a ton of new drops tomorrow for Black Friday. All of our designs will be out, and it'll be a 35% discount on the shop. So make sure you check it out. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys. Hope to see you guys next time. Go Cougs.
Go Cougs. Thanks.